Hey guys, I'm going to be going over the Unit 2 Milestone. So for our production here, me and my mother are going to be producing salads and steaks. So my mom, she produces 8 salads per hour and 3 steaks per hour. That puts her at 80 salads per 10 hours and 30 steaks per 10 hours. And I'm producing salads at a rate of 3 per hour and steaks at 6 per hour, which puts me at 30 salads and 60 steaks. Now, the concept of absolute advantage refers to which one of the competitors produces a product most effectively and most cost efficient. So, for me, the absolute advantage, I'd have absolute advantage in steaks, and because my mom, she produces less steaks. And my mother, she would have absolute advantage in salads because she produces more salads than I would. The concept of comparative advantage actually refers to the opportunity cost, which means which item costs an individual person more to produce, and which one it would be. Comparative advantage refers to the trading. So when one of us has a greater opportunity cost in one, it's most effective for that person to trade that particular product versus making the other product. So when we look at here at the opportunity cost, I have the greater opportunity cost in producing steaks versus salads, because the cost for producing salads is greater than my cost for producing steaks. And my mother, she has comparative advantage in salads versus steaks. And therefore, when we compare the two, I have comparative advantage in steaks and my mother has comparative advantage in salads. Now, this correlates with my absolute advantage, but it's not always like that. So when we look at the graphs here, when we look at the point of no trade, it would actually be this halfway point. My mother produces 48 salads and 12 steaks, which is not bad. And I produce 18 salads and 24 steaks. But because we know from the opportunity cost that it would be most effective for the person to focus on that particular product that they are most effective in making, when we look at here, my mother, she would benefit most effectively if she were to produce nothing but salads and trade some of those salads for steaks. And for me, I'd have the absolute advantage in the steaks. Therefore, if I were to spend my entire time making steaks, it'd be most effective if I were to trade some steaks for salads. So when we look at here the points, I actually chose to trade 20 salads for 16 steaks. So my mother, if she would produce 80 salads, she would lose 20. So that puts her here at the 60 point. And she would gain 16 of my salads, which puts me at 44 steaks. Therefore, my mother here, we can see from the consumption line, she has a greater consumption line with trade than she will without trade. And I would have a greater consumption rate with trade than I would without trade. So there is the results of the opportunity cost, and demonstrated here in the graph. Now, our term of trade would be here. That refers to how many steaks would we have to sell or trade per salads. So the term of trade would be 4 steaks per 5 salads. And that concludes my Unit 2 milestone. Thank you.